2021 BET Awards. Recap and highlights teen starts blood drive to help little sister with leukemia. Nuremberg prosecutor, haunted by Holocaust, is a deliberate optimist, is an invisible weapon targeting U.S. diplomats. What the last Nuremberg prosecutor alive wants the world to know: brain trauma suffered by U.S. diplomats abroad could be work of hostile foreign government. James Corden. The 60 Minutes interview. Gottlieb says pockets of U.S. could see very dense outbreaks as Delta variant spreads. Heatwave continues to scorch the West. Multiple states hit with record high heat. Dangerous and historic heat hits the West. Arkansas governor says final FDA approval of COVID-19 vaccine would help fight hesitancy. Rubio says first responders desperately working to find survivors in Florida. Building collapse tester predicts far more than 60 votes in Senate for bipartisan infrastructure deal. Cedric Richmond says White House ready to fight for families planted. Olson argues the case for civility. U.S. forces used artillery to return fire at the positions from which the rockets were launched. It was not immediately clear the specific source of the attacks against U.S. forces in Syria. The rocket attack comes after U.S. airstrikes against facilities used by Iranian-backed militias. The U.S. defensive precision airstrikes targeted facilities used by militia groups like Kataib Hezbollah (KH) and Kataib Saeed al-Shuhada (KSS). According to the Defense Department, the facilities targeted by the U.S. are engaged in unmanned aerial vehicle or drone attacks against U.S. personnel and facilities in Iraq, the Defense Department said in a statement. A U.S. official said the locations that were hit included the site from which the drones took off, recovered and were controlled. The official also said there have been at least 5 drone attacks by Iranian-backed militias against bases in Iraq where U.S. troops, contractors or other personnel are located. President Biden and members of his cabinet on Monday cited Article 2 of the Constitution that allows the president to take action to defend U.S. personnel as the authority for conducting the strikes. And I directed last night's airstrikes targeting sites used by the Iranian-backed militia groups responsible for recent attacks on the U.S. personnel in Iraq. And I had that authority under Article 2, Mr. Biden told reporters. And even those up on the Hill who are reluctant to acknowledge that have acknowledged that's the case. The decision to strike comes as Congress debates whether to rein in presidential war power authority and whether to repeal both the 1991 and 2002 authorizations of use of military force in Iraq.